The BMW R18 is by far the heaviest and the highest cc motorcycle I tried in my entire motovlogging career. This is a cruiser and it has a cruiser character, style, and engine. Only a few will understand me when I say the moment you press the starter button, you spark back to life. It's accurate, trust me. The designers hit the nail on the head with a vision for this bike. You gotta accept it for what it is, and it's awesome. Now, for the rider that's looking for something that is historical, yet modern, and iconic, keep watching. When I first saw the bike, naisip ko kagad, it's massive and heavy for sure. Well, everything is shining in this bike, so that's a pretty basic first impression. Ito yung mga klase ng bike na hindi pwede madumihan kasi baka masira ang overall look. But quite honestly, the bike is elegant if it's clean and rough when it's not. It blends in easily. On both sides, makikita mo yung protruded boxer engine niya, which adds up sa scare and excitement sa bike na ito. Overall proportion ng each part ng bike is equal. Malaki siya all the way. Although the gas tank looks small, but check it out. It fits perfectly, right? One more thing I noticed is the engine is quite like a little tiny drum na parang may dala akong kanyon. And what made it terrifying and thrilling at the same time is this marking that says 1800cc. But of course, you know it's safe kasi napapaligiran naman ito ng BMW logo, which will remind you na it's crafted by an aircraft manufacturer. So every detail is perfectly engineered for safety. The seat is soft and firm. Missing lang ang pillion, but it's customizable. So I'm pretty sure that there are BMW aftermarket parts you can attach para makasakay din yung back rider mo. The handlebars is so wide na it's not a good idea to fit in tight spots. But because this bike has a good center balance, just know where both bar ends and you're good to go. Ngayon lang ako nakakita ng bike na may footrest. And to my surprise, sobrang comfy niya sa ride. It feels like I'm just home watching my favorite motorcycle movie in virtual reality. Although it's modern, the bike falls on a vintage category. They call it the heritage bike. They want to keep it simple and at the same time with presence. Presence talaga guys, kasi every time I park this bike in a public place, people will take pictures of it, and that's for sure. The bike excel pagdating sa looks. Now, let's see the specification. First look pa lang, you know that the bike is low. Seat height is 690mm, and from this angle, kita nyo na bended ang legs ko dito and flat ang feet ko on the ground. For reference, I stand 5'9", and baka maisip nyo na kaya din ito dalhin ng mga 5'2". Well, kaya naman kung straight lang ang tatakbuhin. But if kinakailangan mong sagarin yung steering niya on curves, like I said earlier, the handlebar is wide, and there's a big chance na baka mag-wild ang bike in case accidentally mo matwist ang accelerator nito. Actually, you can, but be cautious of it lang. Bike's inner leg curve is 1,630mm. Length naman is 2,440mm. With height of 1,232mm without the side mirrors. And width naman niya is 964mm including the mirrors. Lastly, yung wheelbase ng bike is 1,731mm. About naman sa weight ng bike, it has a permitted total weight of 560 kilograms. and payload of 215 kilograms. And yung unladen weight ng bike is 345 kilograms. So medyo mabigat itaas ang bike from side stand. But once it is in the upright position, you're like as if riding a witch's broom. Kahit pa naka-full tank ang gas nito. Now, about the gas tank. Wala siyang lock, which is sobrang classic. Twist and fill lang talaga kayo dito. Which is quite easy, but kailangan nyo lang siguraduhin na nakalock ito before leaving the station. Basta, pag narinig nyo yung click when you close it, you're good. The usable gas sa tank is 16 liters. And yung reserve niya is approximately 4 liters. Which means if the low gas lights indicator lights up, you still have approximately 71 kilometers of travel to the next gas station considering ang claim ni BMW is nasa 17.86 kilometers per liter sila. But of course, we want it as accurate as possible so I tested it myself. Before doing this test, I made sure na full tank ang gas natin. Then, saka ako pumunta sa Batangas tapos bumalik din ako ng Parañaque where I came from that same day. The next day, I went to the nearest gas station to fill up my tank to full. And here's my actual result. Papagas muna tayo. So, ang total na binyahe natin yesterday was 200.4 kilometers. 95 Jerry. 5 full tank pare. Since this motorcycle doesn't have a gas gauge, so what we're going to do is we're going to put it back exactly to where we had it yesterday. Sige pa, konti pa. So total na ginas natin guys is 10.54, which is 700 pesos, 66 pesos yung current liter natin today. So 200.4 divided by 10.54 is 19 kilometers per liter. Not bad na rin, di ba? Sabi ko na nga ba, may malaking difference ito pag inactual natin. You heard the gas, right? 95 octane. Classic yung handlebars niya. Chumps ang style. Stainless at makintab ang finish. Wide and comfy. Left handlebar tayo. Andito pa din ang cruise control, which is by far my most favorite feature sa handlebars. You can turn it on and off by switching it left and right. To engage the cruise control, make sure it's on. Tapos press up. To increase the cruising speed, press upward. And to decrease the cruising speed, press down. Andito na din ang ASC switch, hazard, the menu button, riding modes which i-discuss natin next, turn indicators, and horn. Sa harap naman ito ay ang pass and bright switch. Quite complicated but trust me, it ain't. Napansin ko lang sa clutch lever, meron siyang twisting mechanism that can adjust the stiffness or softness ng clutch grip. Ganun din sa brake lever on the right. Napaka-flexy talaga ng bike na ito and that's one thing's for sure. Sa right handlebar naman, walang masyadong complication. Meron tayong ignition switch sa pinakababa and yung on and off. Oh, by the way guys, keyless itong bike na ito kaya andito sa right handlebar ang on and off. Yung susi naman sa keyless is for locking the bike which can be found sa may right fork sa harap. Moving forward, dito na din matatagpuan ang heat bike grip switch. This is useful sa mga cold scenarios para mainitan ang kamay mo. The heat is just right pag meron kang gloves but too hot kung wala. Kung iisipin mo na baka maubos ang battery mo dito, nope, it won't happen. Kasi ang alternator niya is a permanent magnet generator na 600 watts ang nominal power that charges at 12 volts 26 amp hour na maintenance-free battery. Cool, right? Yung instrumental panel naman niya, vintage yung design. Mix ng analog at LCD panel. Analog ang speedometer, then yung LCD ang menu. Madali lang ito i-navigate. If you know how to use a Nokia 5110, then you're good. Top ng LCD panel is yung mode ng bike, tapos yung menu, then yung gear. I-navigate natin yung menu. Now, in no particular order, automatic trip distance, average speed, battery voltage, date, gas mileage, current consumption during standstill, clock, revolutions per minute, service date, warnings, which can only be selectable if there are active warnings, and yung setup, odometer, at yung trip distance 1. Sa menu naman, dito solid. You can choose your preferred riding mode, which is rain, rock, and roll. Oh yeah! Tingnan muna natin ang tunog ng makina ng R18. Galit, di ba? Sa specifications naman tayo ng engine. Ang engine type nito ay air oil-cooled 2-cylinder 4-stroke boxer engine na may 2 chain-driven camshafts located above the crankshaft. Exposed din ang shaft niya, which is so satisfying to watch kapag umaandar. Bore by stroke naman is 107.1 mm by 100 mm with a rated output of 91 horsepower at 4,750 RPM. Max torque naman is 158 Nm at 3,000 RPM. This bike will definitely give you the power you need exactly when you need it. Compression ratio is 9.6:1. At ang engine management naman is an electronic manifold injection digital engine management, BMSO with e-gas. Emission control niya is a closed-loop, 3-way catalytic converter na may emission standard na EU5. Lastly, yung displacement niya, 1,802cc. Malaki ang displacement, but ang max speed niya is only over 180 kilometers per hour. Hindi nyo guys gugustuhin na i-max out ang speed nito kasi the bike is vibrating like crazy on high RPMs. Not unless you want your balls scrambled, be my guest. About the heat management naman ng bike, it easily heats up lalo pag tumigil ka sa stoplights. But like what the others do, turning off the engine on stoplights would definitely help you manage the heat. The bike has a claw-shifted 6-gear transmission na may separate gearbox housing. Dito ako medyo nahirapan ng konti sa positioning ng gears. Because BMW want to give you the comfort ng footrest, they placed the gear a little too high. Tapos 2-way gear shift lever pa siya. Sa una, medyo nakakailang siyang gamitin because I have to raise my foot, then step on the front part of the gear lever sa downshifts until na-realize ko na may parang hook pala yung back part ng riding boots ko. So yun yung ginagamit ko pang sungkit sa downshift and it worked. Itong bike naman na ito is not for aggressive gearing. So it's more of like, place it on the right gear, then cruise. Simple, right? Clutch naman niya is a single disc dry clutch. Pero guys, since shaft drive siya, be careful sa release. Kasi if not, the tires will slightly grind on the pavement. It's normal, so don't worry. Frame ng R18 is a half duplex cradle frame with bolts on lower frame rails. Suspension ng front is telescopic, and rear is a steel dual swing arm with central spring strut with a suspension travel of 120 mm sa front and 90 mm sa rear. Maganda ang suspension ng bike, both front and back. I went to Marilake to test the bike's cornering and sobrang na-amaze ako because kahit malaki siya, sasabay siya sa high-speed cornerings and you won't feel the hesitations pagdating sa ground grip. The only thing you need to consider is that the footrest is too low, na it easily touches the ground on deep cornering. I just did it to test the tilting angle kasi the bike is not meant for it, just FYI. Pero, kaya niya sumabay sa corners, that's one thing for sure. The bike's caster is 150 mm, tapos ang steering head angle niya is 57.3 degrees. Maliit ang steering angle niya pero nahihirapan pa rin akong i-max out ito because of its wide handlebars. Although it will just take you a few rides before you get used to it. The wheels are spoke with front rim na 3.5 by 19 inches at ang rear rim niya is 5 by 16 inches. Tires ng front is 120/70 R19 at sa rear naman is 180/65 B16. Solid ang grip ng stock tires and proportion ito sa bike. Yung brake specification naman sa front is a dual disc brake with a diameter of 300 mm. Sa rear naman is a single disc brake with the same diameter of 300 mm na may 4-piston radial calipers na. Kaya yung preno niya is reliable talaga without any doubt. And lastly, the ABS is a BMW Motorrad Integral ABS. It's a little too late ko na figure out yung about sa reverse ng bike na ito. Oo, may reverse siya guys, since mabigat yung dead weight ng bike kaya nag-isip si BMW ng way to easily maneuver the bike, and here's the actual footage nung natutunan ko siyang i-reverse.
So pag ni-reverse ko siya from here, pag pinindot ko yung reverse, baka bumigla. Oh, yun lang pala yun. Ito nga. Oh my god. Okay, so pag mag-reverse pala kayo guys, pag binaba nyo yan, makikita nyo yung letter R, and then pe-press natin to para mag-reverse siya. Oh, check natin ah. Oh, wait, ano ba yun? Ngayon ko lang nalaman. Ang galing guys, nag-reverse siya. Nag-reverse siya, tingnan nyo. Press ko. Tapos babalik ko.
Ang daming instance na sana nagamit ko yung reverse. But I guess this won't be the last time na magagamit ko itong R18 na ito. So next time, babiyahe ako na naka-reverse lang para masulit ko yung reverse ng bike. Pero ang weird naman yata kung naka-reverse ako sa highway, right? The bike's starting price is 1,955,000 pesos. Based sa overall specs niya, sobrang sulit nito. And like I said in the beginning of this video, na ito ay very intimidating beast. And it only takes one brave to tame it. Question is it you? And that's gonna be the end of this video, and I'll see you next time guys. Again, my name is ceejsosa. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel.